What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. On today's episode of the Journey Podcast, we will be interviewing the biggest watch dealer in the world. He has sold watches to the likes of Drake. Donald Trump, 6ix9ine, SteveWillDoIt, NBA Youngboy, and many more. You guys may be familiar with the world-famous timepiece trading, and today we have the pleasure of sitting down with the owner, Neel. Appreciate you taking the time for us. What's going on, brother?
All good, and just closing up the week. You guys saw it was crazy.
It's crazy in here.
Yeah.
It's no joke. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah, like actually means a lot. Like to be able to come here. Like this is a little bit of a stepping stone for us, honestly. So I want to give you your flowers and say, you're one of the biggest guests we've had on this podcast so far.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. So for anyone watching, like you guys are in for a good one because, we can speak a little bit about like what other podcasts would speak about as far as the watches, but I also want to know a little bit more about you and your life and like the trials and tribulations that you faced, because our podcast is mainly about like personal development, self-help, just like following your dreams, stuff like that. So we're definitely going to get into the watches, but the first question that I want to know is, who is Neel behind all of the watches and the cars and the glitz and the glam and that sexy RM I see on your wrist?
Super simple guy. I mean, I love cars, but besides that, I work, I play video games, I go to the gym. That's it.
Right.
It's my life. Just hustle all day.
Yeah. At any point, do you almost feel like destined for greatness at any point? Like, do you feel special compared to other people?
I don't feel special. I think everyone's given the same opportunities. You just got to like put the time in, and whatever time you put in is what you will make of it.
Right. Right.
That's how I look at it.
So, I mean, honestly, we want to know what was the thing that got you in the watch game. So, like, what was the thing? Did it start at a young age? And kind of dive into that. How did you get here?
What got me into watches was my family. My family owned boutiques for watch brands in the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. We do it completely different. We're gray market here at Timepiece Trading. My dad used to buy watches directly from brands and resell them, But he would get a fixed discount on whatever brand it may be. So let's just use random brands and random numbers. He would buy Rolex for 30% off and sell it for full price to his clients, So the margins in his game are a lot different than they are in our game. I work on average like 8% margin, and I also work with more expensive watches on average. So there's a lot more risk and a lot less reward, but we've mastered it to a T, I think. So, yeah.
And what was the thing for you? Like, I'm a big guy on identity just because I've had multiple different identities in my life, and I'm also like a big purpose guy. Like, for instance, I was a college football player. I spent the first 22
I could see that.
Yeah. All right. It's working. It's working. I spent the first, 22, 23 years of my life essentially just as like a jock. I felt that like role, right? And then once that was done, I was very confused in life. I didn't really understand where things were going. Long story short, I ended up picking a camera, and like my new identity was I was like the videographer, and now I'm turning into like the influencer, right? So my question to you is like, what made you, like, was there an identity thing for you? Is there a deeper meaning behind the watches?
What made me want to start earning money? Watches was just something I loved, and it happened to like things just fell into a place in a way that I had to get into this industry. I'll tell you guys a story. So what made me want to make money was renting a car in Dubai on my 18th birthday.
Oh, wow.
At the time, I had almost $3,000 in my account. That was my whole savings. And to rent a 488 for the day, I thought it would cost a couple $100, And I was like, I really want to drive this car. Back 5 years ago, that car was brand new, just came out. It's crazy looking to me. Mm-hmm. So I asked my dad, like, Dad, can you rent this car for me for the day? It's my 18th birthday. And my dad's super well off, Mm-hmm. So this just shows you how tough he was on me because he has a lot more than I still have. So just to put in perspective. But he was like, Neel, I'll contribute $200 to whatever it's going to cost you. And I was like, what the hell, Dad? Come on.
Yeah, right.
But the car was $2,000 for the day.
Okay.
So I spent $1,800 out of my $3,000 to rent this car for the day.
Wow.
And I didn't regret it at all. I loved it. I took 500 photos, posted them every day. And I told myself by the time I was 18 at the time, and I said, by the time I'm 25, I don't know how, I have to have 100x my funds to own this car. And I'm going to own this car.
Right.
And I made it happen at 23, but this is how we got there. So I graduated college in Philly, Drexel, and I was going to work a real estate job in New York. I worked there for 6 days. I was supposed to be real estate, but the guy was making me do a bunch of hard labor, shit I wasn't enjoying, And I was like, I'm not going to learn. Like I would get more experience just working for dad. And I kept thinking this, and randomly, like Hurricane Irma hit St. Martin during this week. It caused a lot of like damage there. St. Martin relied solely on tourism for their revenue, and the cruise ships was where they got their tourism. The whole port for cruise ships got destroyed after Irma. And not only that, there was a lot of like crime, looting, and me growing up there, I knew people from the streets. I know people that are good. I know all kind of people.
Yeah.
So I just felt like I could protect the family, you know? So I wanted to go back, quit the job 6 days in, went back, started working for dad. And things got back.
In the jewelry game.
In the jewelry game in the Caribbean. But it wasn't really work. I went there more to like protect them and make sure they're safe, right? But after like 2 weeks, things were going back to normal for the locals. Of course, there was no more business coming in on cruise ships. The port took like a year to rebuild, but I told dad, like, what are you doing now on social media? He didn't even know what Instagram was. He never knew the word Instagram, you know? Okay. So I brought Instagram into the business. And I remember when I first started, he has like 15 employees there in the store, and they would all laugh at me. I'd be going out to like wiping watches, putting a glove on, taking photos, you know, like walking to the beach, trying to shoot the watch at the beach. They'd call me Instagram boy and laugh at me.
Yeah.
And like at first it would hurt, you know? It got to a point like 2-3 weeks in, I'm at like 1,000 followers. I was going crazy, by the way. I was trying to prove my dad like how much power is in technology, you know? So I really put my heart, soul, and blood into it. And I would I would go on competitors' pages, for example, Avi and Co, Rista Aficionado, and they're my boys now. They're no hate, right? Yeah. I would follow their followers. I would like their photos, like comment on their shit.
Respect, as you should.
Because it just gets someone to like notice you, right? Because they see you're spamming their feed, and they want to check out your profile. I made sure the profile was hot, so I'd probably get a follow back.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where instead of just selling my dad's goods, like people were trying to sell me stuff, but mostly just like hype stuff, you know, like Richard Milles, APs, Patek, Rolex. And my dad's customers were asking, this is how it started. So my dad's customers were asking for stuff he didn't carry. I was getting offered this stuff. So I was like, Dad, why don't we just quote them? I have it available, you know? He's like, nah, we don't do that. We just buy directly from the brand. What if this guy sells you a fake? So I was like, well, Dad, why don't we leverage the power we have owning boutiques for brands? Like, I'm going to tell this guy, like, if I buy the watch, you have to ship it to me first. I'm going to authenticate it, and then I'll pay you for it. And the way we do that is we'd say, like, go on richardmille.com, and my dad's an authorized retailer. He's listed on their site. We're not going to fuck around for one watch. You know, we have a huge reputation. We've been in business for 30 years. So for sure, like, my dad's reputation helped me a shit ton off the rip. But it got to the point where I was doing like maybe a deal a week at the time. Then it started being 2 deals a week. And I was, after 3 months of me doing trading, I was like, Dad, I got to move out of here. And he got kind of emotional. He was like, what are you going to do? I was making maybe $9,000 a month at the time. And he's like, it sounds great to you. Cause he was paying me $3,500 a month, and I was selling 6 digits plus for him every week. I was getting paid nothing. So he's like, yeah, maybe it looks good to you making $9,000 a month, but like, I'm not gonna make you part of the family empire if you leave. Wow. Yeah. So
so you're on your own type of thing.
Yeah, he didn't mean it, which I know now.
Right.
But back then he did mean it, because he just thought I'm trying to leave and like live my own life. He was taking it in a whole wrong way. But I was determined to like make it on my own and make a name for myself. I didn't want to just be known as Jay's son. You know, I wanted to be Neel. So. Yeah, I said Miami because it was close to him, so he could come visit me, my mom and dad, and I could visit them. Yeah. But really, that was the only deciding factor that put me in Miami. Right. Being close to family. Wow. And now Miami is like the best city to be in, so we got lucky.
Without a doubt. Yeah. I want to set the stage really quick of like who we're dealing with, you know, because we introduced you as like #1 watch dealer in the world, right? Like Drake, Donald Trump, like all these people. And you're telling this story like from your grassroots about how like you're back with from the grassroots, you know. So like I want to, like, how much money have you revenued in total since you started your business?
Oh, so 13, 39, that's 52, 113, over 300 million today. Yeah, in 4 years.
That's a crazy number.
Yeah.
I thought if we got over 100, you know,
no, we've done over 300 million total.
How's that now? Like, this is vague, but how does that feel?
Feels crazy, but I'm really like, I feel stagnant, and I just feel like I need to grow more. Like I told her today in the morning driving to work, I was like, been doing shit. I need to grow more. Like I guess when you're doing good, you my favorite quote is proud but never satisfied. Like I'm proud, but I'm not satisfied at all.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you personally, because you were speaking a lot about your dad. Like, what were the lessons that he taught you that carried with you to be the business owner you are today?
A ton, bro. I mean, I can't even name like lessons in particular, but like anytime I have a concern or question in my head, now it's a little more rare because I've been doing it for 5 years, but dad's like my mentor, you know? Yeah. I owe it all to dad. So,
wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Awesome. So now I want to speak about some of your clientele. So who was the first celebrity you've ever sold a watch
Food
to?
God. I mean,
oh wow.
Yeah, he's like an influencer, right? Like less than a celebrity, but yeah, really cool guy. Yeah. Came in, he bought a rainbow skeleton AP.
In this office?
It was in my old office. It was a smaller location. It's down the hall, same floor, same building.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And was that like when he came in, were you nervous?
Yeah, I was like, man, I was sucking up to him big time. I gave him a price way lower than I should have. I gave him time to pay for a shout out. Like,
right.
Yeah, I just needed that cloud. You know, I needed that jump to get me kick started, and it helped for sure.
Yeah,
it helped for sure.
So you're a believer in marketing with celebrities?
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. I mean, like you do have to go out of your way and do certain things for those kind of people. They expect it, but like in the end, it helps the business because you get a lot more eyes when you start using their name in your content and you sell to them. And so it definitely helps.
And would you say you have like the most popping social media out of any of the watch guys?
No, I don't think though.
No.
I think top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we lacking?
I guess I got to be on camera more. We're really busy. It's hard to film everything, even though I'd love to.
Right.
A lot of people that come in here want to be private. And like the number one watch YouTuber today, he's a good friend of ours. He's his name is Nico Leonard. Mm-hmm. He's been in here. He's a lot more like funny vlog style. We're more like serious business vlog, you know? Like, you get to see really what's going down instead of like, we don't stage anything.
Right.
I guess it'll grow organically and we'll get there.
Yeah.
We're going to catch you, Nico.
Yeah. You hear that, Nico?
I want you to tell this story about you selling Drake the watches. And kind of dive into that and like obviously what happened and then what was going on in your mind as all this is progressing.
For sure. So Sunday morning, I'm at my house. Sean's at his. I get a call from Sean. He's like, yo, Ben Kicks called me. We got to go to the Mandarin Oriental. We got to be there in 1 hour. And we need to have 5 million at minimum in watches. And I'm like, fuck that. We're going to get robbed. Like, what do you mean? Like, you need to arrange insurance. You got to arrange security. You need all this stuff. Right. We need a car to get there.
Terrible idea.
Yeah. But we made it happen somehow. I'm hungover. I'm high. Like, being real with you. Very, very tough Sunday. You know, I didn't even want to get out of bed. But Sean's like, we got to go. Someone huge. Ben Kicks called. He doesn't waste our time. And he wouldn't tell us who it was. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, I feel like I'm being set up. Yeah. You know? Like, he's like, go here.
One of my last days.
And I can't tell you who you're going to see. Like, okay. Anyways, we showed up. We get there. And we're sitting in the car for like 6 minutes. There's a guy eyeing us, you know. He comes up to us finally. I think I'm getting robbed. He's like, come with me. We're like, okay. And he's like, you're timepiece trading, right? We're like, yeah. So he's like, come with me. So we get passed from this first security to another security who walks us down the hall to another security who walks us to the elevator room where there's a security waiting in the elevator. Go up. There's a security outside the elevator who walks us to a conference room where there's another security. And it's only Drake sitting in the conference room at the head of the table. Wow. And I feel like I'm meeting God at this point. You know, like he's sitting there at the end of a long table at the head, and it's like, wow, I'm meeting Drake. Holy shit.
What does your skin feel like?
Like goosebumps. For sure, like one of the first times I froze up, like not freeze up, but you just start splurring words and giving him the wrong prices.
Would you have rather known that Drake was there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't have smoked, right? I would have drank a lot more water.
Been a little more prepared.
I would have dressed up a little nicer. I swear I had no idea what we were getting into. We had assumptions it could have been Drake, but we also thought like that's not gonna happen ever. Right? So
that's a pleasant surprise though.
Yeah, because we saw his story. He was in the Faina the night before, so we're like, could be Drake. We got to do this.
Yeah.
But like, also I'm like, Drake's never gonna want to meet us. Like, who are we?
Wow.
That happened. So
wow.
So that day he didn't buy anything from us. He looked at a box that we took of Richard Milles, all Richard Milles. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to buy a gift for Future for his birthday.
Okay.
At Timepiece Trading, which all our clients know, we do pre-owned and brand new.
Right.
The 3 watches he picked all happened to be pre-owned, and he only wanted a brand new watch. So it kind of gave him a bad taste in his mouth, I thought. But he loved our selection. He hit us up 2 weeks later, purchased a Rolex that was over $1 million. And then we sold him like 5 or 6 more.
This Rolex is over $1 million?
Yeah. What Drake buys, it's all vintage, super rare, like fully factory iced out.
Yeah. Like, would Drake wear a $10,000 like Submariner or something like that?
I think he's the kind of guy who would. Yeah. As long as it's super rare, and he likes it, he would wear it.
So I want to keep going with the celebrities, but I kind of want to get into the watch thing real quick. What is having a nice watch all about? Is it about the price? Or is it the taste of the watch?
To each person, it may be a different reason. For me, I love the way it looks on my wrist. It brings me more confidence, to be honest. Yeah. It's a good asset to have. It's a good investment. For me, those are probably my top 3 reasons that I love watches. Right. Some people, it's all about the movement, what's going on inside, because these are all handmade. It's like building a car. Yeah. And it's actually more complicated as you have a lot less space to work with, and thousands of parts. So.
Right. Like a Richard Mille would never would it ever not work essentially? Like
it happens. Just like a car needs service, these watches, you should service them, Right. Some people just buy watches for status. It's all about the flex for some people. Yeah. To each their own, but they sell like crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, who would you say spent the most money with you?
Yeah. The most money that's been spent here is a private individual. He owns a financing company. Okay. Yeah, private financing.
Wow. And then obviously, because you are a familiar face, because I watch all the Nelk and all, like Steve and stuff like that. So like, what's your relationship like with Steve?
Steve's my brother. Fuck you right now, Steve. You're not answering my calls. I hate it. I don't know why. 2 days he's been ignoring me. I love Steve. Steve's my brother. Kyle I know very well. Salim I know very well. But Steve and 6ix9ine are really my boys. Like super tight with them.
How'd that relationship come about? Like how did you
Steve
first get
walked
connected?
in here with the owner of Rubet, who was already purchasing watches from us because he wanted a Richard Mille, and he went to the boutique in Brickell, and they told him to wait 2 years. So the owner of Rubet, our boy Alfonso, was like, come to my boys at TPT. They got you, bro. Fuck waiting 2 years. And he came here and he found 3 watches he fell in love with off the rip, day one.
So why would all right, so let's say I'm a huge celebrity. Actually, fast forward 2 years. Why buy from you versus going to I want to say an Avi & Co. Funny story, we kind of know Avi & Co. because my barber is his
billionaire
best friend.
barber?
No, it's like Jack. They hang out in the same Jack Yusupov. They're a bunch of Israeli guys, but they all grew up together, and so I've known I kind of saw Avi & Co. come up from
he's a great guy, age. Avi and Roman both.
Yeah. So but why go to you versus going to someone else? I guess.
Everyone has their own choice of and preference where they like to go. Yeah. I think we really treat clients like we treat everyone the same. We had a client in here buying a $500,000 Richard Mille while you guys were waiting. Sick. And a lady was sitting here at the main office table with me buying a $10,000 Rolex. Wow. And I had her on the main table, and the guy buying the Richard Mille was on the side just because she was here first, Yeah. We don't prioritize people based on what they're here to spend. You walk in here, we're going to treat you like a king, and you're going to leave feeling amazing, happy. You're going to want to come back. And hopefully you tell your friends and family, and they give us a shot. Yeah. And when they do, they forget about the rest. That's what happens. Yeah.
I feel amazing. I feel good.
It's good energy.
It's good. It is good in here.
Hearing that a lot.
Have there been any unpleasant days in here? What's in
Hell yeah. I mean, I'm stressed out a lot of the time. I have collections because we do a lot of wholesale. I have just people backing out on deals that I order watches for them. There's a lot of shit that goes down, but it's all worth it. And I love the team. We have 20 people here now. Without the team, the team makes the dream. Right.
So obviously you said it's high stress, high strung, right? High stakes. So what do you do on the daily to kind of keep your mental and keep your sanity?
I think the gym, bro. I think the gym and driving here in a Ferrari or a Lambo or whatever car I choose for the day, that adrenaline, gym and I play video games at night to relax myself sometimes.
Right. So, there's a lot of people that say like money doesn't buy happiness, but they've never made money, right? So I'm not saying you've profited 300 million, but you made 300 million. So you've revenue 300 million. So you seem to me are a figure of authority. So I want to ask you, like, do you think that money does buy happiness?
I think money buys happiness. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anything you want costs money besides love, which costs money too. You gotta spend money on whoever you love, right?
Right.
Do you think it's more of like the materialistic aspect of it, or the freedom that the money buys?
The freedom that the money buys you. I always say that my end goal is to be able to do anything I want in life without having to think about it. For that, what do you need? You need money. Let's keep it real, right?
Right.
You can't just have a good heart and do anything you want. It doesn't work.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to revert back to another celebrity because like I'm just super interested by him, and I know you have a relationship with him, 6ix9ine.
He's my brother too.
And that's what I wanted to ask you.
My girl cooked for him the other day.
Really?
Yeah, he came over, ate at the crib.
Wow. So I wanted to ask you, like, what is the difference between what the media sees in 6ix9ine and like him probably as Danny, right? Like, how is Danny?
Yeah, I know him as Danny. He puts on a persona for social media, and he'll say it himself. Like, he's very different behind the camera and very different off camera.
He's a marketing genius.
Yeah. Like my mom thought he was the sweetest guy ever. So he's nothing like he is on Instagram in real life. But he is a marketing genius. He knows what he's doing on social media. Yeah. I actually have a bunch of his watches here. Really? If you guys want to see,
Yeah. That's what's pull up a watch. Hold on. Let me get.
Yeah, move that camera real quick. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I remember 6ix9ine was posting this video of like a bunch of Richard Milles around a chain.
Yeah. Oh
yeah. He had a chain and he had like 4 Richard Milles.
Yeah, so I have all 4.
That's incredible.
Wow. So 6ix9ine trusts me more than the bank. So he just leaves his stuff here when he's not wearing it. Really.
Oh my god.
And the other day I went out to Kiki with him, right?
Yeah.
And like we're popping bottles, we're drinking, and his ex goes up to him, Rachel. And she slaps him, and his pendant falls off, and he just left without it. And it's a $60,000 pendant. So I found it on the ground. Lucky him, lucky Danny.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Found it on the ground.
Found it on the ground in Kiki, bro. I actually saw someone pick it up, try to put it in their pocket real quick, and I had to be like, yo, what the fuck? That's my boy's. And I took it.
Yeah.
That was a good catch, because someone would have came up.
Only Danny can just lose 60K.
That is so legit.
That is sick.
That is legit.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
I wanted to ask you, what was the first watch you ever purchased?
The first watch I ever purchased myself. Tough.
What got you in the watch game? Like, what was the watch?
The first watch I ever purchased was like bullshit, bro. Like $200 bucks. Yeah, like a Citizen or Seiko, which I don't even know where they are now, honestly. But
that's so cool though. Like, that's like the whole thing, right? This is called the Journey Podcast. Like that. Like, think
that
about
was the
like,
journey. Yeah,
that was. It started there. And
like I went into my dad's store when I was like 12, 13, and I remember like he made me pay for it. I paid cost, obviously, but I paid for it. It was a Citizen with the moon face, and I was like, wow, I have a fucking moon on my watch.
So you've always been like fascinated by watches?
Yeah, I always loved watches. I had a G-Shock phase in high school where I wore every color of G-Shock.
I was the Italian guy with the white G-Shock.
Dude, I wore a white G-Shock too. Now it's a Bubba Watson when I wear a white watch, and you better get there too, bro.
Soon. But yeah, so what is your all-time favorite watch?
My all-time favorite watch is the Richard Mille Rafael Nadal. I actually own one in my collection. My dad's wearing it currently because he just loved how it looked. Wow. It's made of a material called TPT, which is Richard Mille's patented carbon fiber. This watch is actually made of TPT. Yeah. And when I was starting the company, I was like, I want to name the company around TPT, this carbon, because it's my favorite. And I thought, I came up with Timepiece Trading. Wow. So that's how I named the company.
It's kick ass. Yeah. So full transparency, we're still a little boots on the ground. We're coming up. We're doing numbers, but we're in the process of getting the revenue going right now. So in a couple months, I'll be in the market for something.
For
right?
sure, bro.
So let's say I have my first $15,000, right, and I'm ready to get something nice. What what watch do I buy?
With $15,000, I'd suggest you buy a Rolex. There's maybe 50 different models I could show you for that price range.
So there isn't like one that's like more hype than the rest?
No, I mean, I would suggest the Submariner if your budget's $15,000.
Yeah.
Like spot on Submariner, because Submariner is very durable. You could wear it for 30 years. You're most likely not even gonna have to service it, and you could beat the hell out of it.
Right.
It's gonna be nice though.
Yeah.
Works with any outfit. But
And
there's
is it still
Datejust. There's
in a business meeting, it's like still respected type of thing?
Yeah, I know millionaires. I know, like, I don't know if it's billionaires, but I know millionaires who wear Submariners. You know, it's a great daily watch. I have one in my collection. I never wear it. I'm being honest, but
Yeah, okay. Well, because you're leveled up.
I think for me, it's more like when I wear my Submariner, people are like, Neil, why are you wearing that garbage? Like, people just expect me to be wearing something crazy because of what I do, I guess. So and now I own up. I live up to that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll wear a $70,000 white gold day date out, and people are like, Neil, you're taking a day off tonight? Like, let's go. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's 80K.
Right.
Yours is 50. And they're
Right.
like, but you're Neil.
Right, you've set the bar very high.
Yeah.
I've done it to myself.
Yeah. So what has been? I want to ask you both sides of the spectrum. What has been your biggest profit on a watch, and then what's been like your biggest loss on a watch?
Our biggest profit's probably like $250,000 on a watch, and our biggest loss on a watch is also probably like $200,000.
What does that feel like?
Making $250.
Didn't I see you
Losing.
lost like something in the mail?
In the mail, right?
I've lost $500,000 total in the mail, and I've recovered $400 of it in insurance. Like, I didn't
okay.
recover the watches, and insurance paid me.
Okay.
$100,000 of it was just the insurance wouldn't cover how the situation when it went down. Insurance didn't cover.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
So would you look at say like that, and then the loss, like how do you?
I mean, in the last couple months, we lost millions on our inventory, but that's because the market was down. But I mean, over the last 4 years, the market's only been up. So with any business, you're gonna have ups and downs, and we really did well during the down because we minimized our losses. We were making profit on stuff we didn't have in stock. Everything we had in stock was down like 30-40%, and we're talking millions of dollars.
Yes,
so
that's a lot.
we did amazing damage control. We were like this, whereas a lot of people were like this and out of business. So, yeah.
Damn. I want to ask you, because a word for me that's been big lately is validation. And I don't think you need validation, but it's funny when it comes in, right? Like, we've been podcasting for 3 years, and for the first 3 years we would have like 5 views, 6 views, because it wasn't like it was just more of like a therapy thing for us, honestly.
That's crazy that you still did it. Like yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was chasing videography. I was like gonna start an agency down here. I filmed for people like Charlie Jordan. I filmed for Steve once. So like I was kind of in that lane, like trying to figure that out.
We kind of threw away the results. Like, we detached ourselves from all the results. And
You
was
just
like, we
followed the
enjoy
dream.
this, and like we became like super like. Long story short, we grew up together, like 4th grade.
Where at?
Huntington,
Long
Long Island, New York.
New York. Okay.
So we were in 4th grade class together. He played college football. I played college basketball. Podcast brought us back together, and it's been ripping and running ever since.
Lit.
Yeah.
So we just kind of did it, but like you said, we threw away the results. And
But
we got
I think you got to in the beginning, because I did too. Like compared to where I am now, I never thought I'd be here. But like, you just do what you love, and you get there.
yeah.
What was your like self-talk like when you were getting into the business, right? You stepped away from your dad, stepped away from the family business, and you started your own thing. Like, what was your self-talk like, and like your mental to? Did you ever envision this? Were you?
I mean,
were you
I loved watches. I always loved cars. In St. Martin, where I grew up, you can't own nice cars. The nicest car there is a G-Wagon, and the people look at it as if you're driving like a Bugatti if you're in a G-Wagon there, right? So part of moving here was bro, I forgot the question. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
I was saying.
You were saying like what was your like mental
like when you were first starting, right? So like I was saying like we were doing this without the views. So like, did you like manifest this? Did you ever envision it could be this big? Like, what was your mental like when you first started? Like, did you think like you could reach these heights?
I never thought so. I wanted to make $1,000 a day. That was my end goal when I first started. I said, when I reach $1,000 a day, I can do anything I want in life. I'm gonna be the happiest man alive. Yeah. And now that we're blowing that away like by crazy numbers, and I'm still not happy.
So what's the goal now?
The goal, I want to have 100 million by 30, and I want to have $1 billion by 35. Not revenue. I want cash.
How are we gonna do it?
We're just gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep following the dream. That's it. Just keep doing what we love. I'm gonna start selling cars very soon. I have a license now. Hopefully, I'll do what I did with watches with cars because I love both. And yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 26 now.
26.
Yeah.
4 years.
How old are you guys?
25.
I just turned 26.
Okay, same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible, bro.
It's the hustle age, bro.
Yeah. It is. Especially there's some people out there that are kind of. There's actually a lot of people. I would say 99% of people are kind of living in this like matrix society. You know that like what you're wearing on their wrist right now is so foreign to them. You know, like they couldn't even imagine. You know, people are really out there.
But that's how I was, bro. When I would see someone driving a Ferrari in Miami, I was like, how the fuck do they own that? Like, how can you buy a car that's $300,000? And here, you know, you just keep doing what you love. You keep chasing what you want, and you'll get there. If you put the time in, I really feel like anyone can get there.
Is there a certain attribute, like what allows you to be the man here?
I just try to do everyone right. I honor my word always. I always am ethical. Like I've been offered, like we don't ever deal with stolen watches, for example. Okay, I've been offered a watch that was $100,000 offered to me, and I could have sold it for $450,000, and I had it lined up. But as soon as I found out the watch was hot, not good, we don't do it. Like no matter, I'm not looking for a quick buck. I'm looking to like make money long term and forever, and like anything you do with me is good.
Integrity.
Yeah. Ethics, it's super important in business. Like it'll take you a long way. Like we don't do anything wrong.
Yeah. What do you think are some mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs make in today's day and age?
Not honoring their word. Your word like takes you the furthest, you know, like being too nice to people. Like if you're coming up, everyone's gonna want to be your friend. You gotta like really be careful how nice you are to people. People will take advantage of you. There's many things, bro. I'm sure you could tell me some too.
Right. Yeah. I would say losing sight of what's important, right? Like getting lost in the sauce. You know, I've seen it with a lot of people because although I do believe money does buy happiness to a certain extent. I'm not gonna lie. I almost feel like maybe there's a number, and this is coming from someone that isn't where you're at. So I almost feel like maybe there's a number where, you know, once your needs are covered and even your Ferraris are covered and your watches are covered, like, you know, how much more do we have to do before we like start to realize that like meditation is pretty dope too?
It is.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, do you do any type of like
I stretch like before the gym. I don't meditate. No, I pray every day.
Yeah,
I think praying is super important, but that's to each their own with that.
Yeah,
but for me, it's important.
Yeah, I wanted to, and honestly, just like kind of give you your flowers and give much respect to you because like I'm from New York, right? So I'm down on a trip like to visit, you know, my boy, and like, you know, we're blessed to be able to do this. And
you live in New York, he lives in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So what I want to say to you is like you've sat at the same table with Drake, and now you're sitting at the same table with us, and that's like what you're all about, right? You're talking about integrity, respect. You treat everyone with the same level of respect because like we've been dealing with that a lot because like we think we take this shit pretty serious, right? And like people don't take us all that serious, right? And like we've been like
that sucks. So like, fuck those people.
And
you're gonna reach further than them in the long run, really.
Because like we've had some
that's
big,
all it's about.
We've had some big names like tell us like I'll get on, and then when push comes to shove, they don't answer. You know,
like I wasn't feeling it today. I've had a crazy day, but I never cancel. When I tell someone I'm gonna be there, bro, you give your word. That's it. You do it. You suck it up. You do it.
Yeah.
I think that's why you're at where you're at.
Maybe.
A certain
honestly, extent. Like I think
for sure to a certain extent.
Yeah, because like you said, like you need to be a man of your word.
Yeah, your word is everything for sure. Especially in this business, like you fuck around one time, like every dealer knows about it now because there's so many group chats. It's a very tight knit community in what I do. So yeah, and I've seen it happen. I've seen people break deals and they get kicked out of every group chat. They lose their business overnight. It's not worth it.
Right.
I'd rather lose money on a deal. If I give my word. If I sell you a watch for $400 and it's gonna cost me $450, I'm not gonna come back to you and say, "Bro, it's gonna be now." I'm not gonna change the price on you. I'm gonna honor my word. I'm gonna eat the loss, and tomorrow I'll make it back. That's it. And you're gonna be happy, and you're gonna send people to me.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I look at it long term always.
So I want to circle back because there is one question I wanted to ask you because I think it would be good for a clip.
Let's do it.
Is there someone like is there someone in specific you would never sell a watch to again?
Yeah, I can't talk about it.
Okay, damn.
I'll probably get killed. There's people though.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And then as far as like do you ever at times like want to be in a different industry, or are you kind of happy with where you're at?
I love this industry. I never want to get out of it. I always want to be able to sell watches to people because I love it and I can find them the cheapest and the fastest. But I do want to get into another industry, like I said, cars. Yeah. Very soon. It's coming. Yeah. Next time we'll do this in the car shop.
That would be sick. Yo, so I shoot some pretty banger car stuff, bro.
Cool.
I'll show you after this.
All
like
right.
I would say it's like probably like there's 3 guys in the world that are like the best at it, and I imitate their style. But
I thought you were gonna say you were one of them.
No. I do it better though, because they came up with it. I have to respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just saw them do it, and I was like, I think I could do it, and then I started doing it, and I was like, damn, I'm fucking nasty at this. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta shoot some stuff with the whips then.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and so I'll show you after.
Who is one of them? Zoomy from New York? No.
Zoomy, is he a YouTube guy?
No, he's IG.
He's
I think
IG.
he does a lot of stuff with cars in New York. I know you're from New York. That's
This is
why.
the guy Botch Visuals, BACH Visuals. Like, they're the crazy speed
You can't
ramps.
plug all these people for free. Forget it.
Right, Jake Moscato. That tune, yeah. Now,
I was gonna kind of, as we're like kind of
wrapping it up,
I wanted to bring it all the way back to the beginning, right? You're huge on respect, integrity, being a man of your word. What was something as a child that you can remember that you've brought with you to being the man you are today? Like, was there a significant moment? Was there a key moment in your life where like you understood what kind of person you wanted to be? And was there anything that was
maybe
like
a celebrity you
like
saw,
a defining
or someone.
moment, right? Like where like something changed in
There
your
was
brain.
a defining moment for sure. I was in Dubai over the summer. My mom grew up there, so we spent every summer in Dubai. We have a home there. Yeah. Nothing to do with business, but it changed my life for sure. I was at a water park. I grew up very fat. Like I was 6 inches shorter, 50 pounds heavier.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that on you.
Yeah. So a kid came up to me at the water park, Arab kid, and he flicked my nipple and he's like, nice titties. And that day, bro, from that day, I went on a diet. I hit the gym twice a day for the whole summer, 3 months. I lost 50 pounds over the summer, went back to high school. People were like, what the fuck, who are you? And like, I think that changed my whole mindset. I was like, yo, I was fat my whole life. In 3 months, I just changed my life. And like, yeah, it just taught me, like, if you put your mind to anything, it's done. Just put the work in, put your mind to it. That's it. It's done.
So do you think that going to the gym has helped you in this business?
Hell yeah. I think the gym makes you rich. Like, if you don't, like, everyone I know is successful works out, does some kind of activity. It's very important. Yeah.
So hit your fucking bicep curls, kids.
Got to, bro.
All right, cool, man.
I mean, I don't look so ripped, but like,
Wow.
All
right, I like that.
Yeah,
The triceps need a little bit, though. I
no,
feel like
no
now.
more, guys. You gotta pay for more, yo. OnlyFans.
The freaking gun show. We got the all access pass.
Do you wanna?
Is there anything you want to say? I guess. Yeah. Anything?
Send us home.
No, thank you guys. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks
yeah.
for the happy dad.
Yeah, seriously.
Shout out Happy
shit.
Dad.
Yeah, I seriously, I want to thank you because for us, I feel like this is a long story short. We've been kind of again, we've been in talks with a lot of people that have said yes to things, and then when even people here, like where he spent money on a flight here, to get.
Who are they? We should cancel them.
Nah,
We gotta
They
cancel
canceled for tomorrow. Well, they didn't answer. For tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's like, I flew here for that. I didn't know we were interviewing you until I got here, and then he was like, "Yo, I got it." I was like, "Oh, it's fucking lit."
Who put us together?
This guy Danny
Perdek.
Yeah. Great guy. Yeah, great guy. I'm happy by the way because I found my watch guy. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be Ivy and Co.
I know it's gonna be soon.
Yeah, let's
very
fucking
soon.
go. Yeah. What can you see on me?
I can see you rocking an AP Royal Oak for some reason. Stainless steel Royal Oak.
Okay, Royal.
Yeah.
What kind of face?
On you, black, blue, any color, bro. Whatever you like. Not gray.
F-
black, blue, or white.
after the pod, do you have any that I could
hell
look at?
The last podcast I was on, I ended up selling them an AP and a Batman. So let's see how you guys.
What do you see on me? I've never worn a watch before other than an Apple Watch.
What can I see you rocking?
What I would wear it on with the sleeve, right?
Yeah.
Or do you?
Yeah. I mean, I love wearing watches with tattoos.
TPT. That's tough.
Let's go. Oh shit! Wait, go into that, and then I want to ask you about that. But go into that real quick.
Yeah.
What do I see you wearing?
What do you see?
I see you wearing something on a black strap, like a gold Royal Oak black strap, black dial.
It's clean.
Look fire on you, yeah. Rubber strap, because you look like the t-shirt kind of guy, not a button though, right?
Yeah.
Same here.
This guy knows his stuff.
Let's fucking go. That's it. That's the new service. 100,000 custom watch consulting.
I'll take care of anyone who wants that service.
Let's fucking go. Hey, I'll sell the deals, bro. Count me at 10K though. I want.
That's expensive, bro. I work on 8%. I make 8K.
Okay.
You want to make more than me?
All right, I'll make you videos too or something. We'll figure
Yeah, bring us home on the tattoo and talk about the design of it, and then
why you got it? Why do you believe in the brand so fucking much that you got that shit tatted on your hand?
This brand took me from a $3,000 bank account to where I am today. Now I have 10 supercars. I live in a 6-bedroom. I have everything I want in the world. Actually, I do not, but like I have a lot. I'm very happy, proud but never satisfied. This tattoo actually has the dial of my second favorite watch in the tattoo. So it's an AP skeleton in here, and I have an AP skeleton in stainless and in rose gold. When I wear them, it's like crazy. Game over. Yeah. And I was actually gonna do it right here, but when I went to the tattoo shop, the artist looked through my Instagram and he's like, "Bro, every photo you have, you're showing off your watch. Right. Put the tattoo here, bro." And I was like, "Oh my hand, you crazy, bro? I can never hide it." And like it was my first tattoo. But I did it. Like I was like, I believe in this shit like nothing else. So like, why do I have to hide it? Yeah. I'm so proud of it. Let's throw it on my hand. Fuck it. Let's do it.
I'm ready to get one.
Let's go. A hand tat?
No, a Tampy string tat.
Yo, crazy enough, bro. I gotta show y'all this. Like, I had a fan. He tatted TPT on his hand just like I did.
Really? Of course, with you. Anytime when brands get big, people start doing that shit. You know?
And then look what he did yesterday. So. I don't know if you could crop like the.
We'll do the screen. Anything that we talked about today, I'll send you what I need.
So he copied the foreigns on my thumb.
Wow. Oh wow. Yeah. Are you kind of upset about that? Are you flattered by that? What do you think?
I'm flattered by it.
Okay.
Dope. I want everyone to have TPT foreigns on their hands. It's cool.
Fuck. Oh, marketing. Because that's part of the brand.
Yeah. So I opened a.
The foreigns.
Yeah. I didn't even speak about that, but we opened like.
Let's get into that. I want to talk about the fucking future. You know.
Yeah. So we own a wrap and customization shop. And so I was saying Steve is my brother. Yeah. He's a partner at that business. It's pretty cool. I never thought Nelk would be a partner of my business. It's crazy. I watched them growing up. So like it's really crazy. But yeah, we've been doing good there. It's super busy, always slammed. And yeah, we do wraps, body kits, wheels,
for foreigns.
Starlights.
That's what that is.
Yeah, TPT foreigns.
Yeah.
Yeah, we work on cars.
That's in Miami too.
Yeah. It's like 10 minutes from the house, 30 minutes from here. So. Yeah.
And then you're getting into the.
Now I'm gonna get into sales, so it's gonna be called TPT Foreign Sales.
Wow. Yeah. So what's that process like? Is that like Yeah, that's a good question. What is your favorite car?
My favorite car is tough, bro. It's so tough.
Give me top 5. I want one.
I have an SF90 coming in December.
You have an SF90 coming? What? Can I look at it when you get it?
I could show you right now. I built it.
I just want to stare at it though.
You know, in New York they have the tailor-made showroom on 41st.
No.
Yeah, so I have it coming one of one. It's one of one SF90. Yeah. And it's actually super hard to get this allocation to go to New York, customize it one of one. But yeah, I was just there 2 weeks ago.
How'd you do it?
I put a deposit down 2 years ago, and I got a call a month ago.
Wow.
Let's go. So it's gonna come in December. So total 3 years wait time, but I mean 6-pack.
Wow. Yeah, no, the SF90's in my top 5 for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a 812 Superfast. Love that car.
That's beautiful.
A 488 Spider. I think my 488 is my favorite car.
Really?
Yeah, I would love to have a Pista, but now that I have an SF90 coming, it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
And I've put 100,000 into my 488 in mods, so like I can't sell it.
And you said how much like supercars do you have?
I have now 9 total cars. I have a Maybach. I have a S63. I have a C63. I have an 812 Superfast.
Where
I
are
have
you
a
going with 9
48
cars?
Spider.
So much cars.
I like to drive 2 cars a day. I take one to the gym, one to work, and I have a Urus. I have an R8. I have a GT3 RS. I have a 911 Turbo S.
What's the car you fuck with the most right now? Like, what's your daily? Not
daily?
daily, not your daily, but what's your like when you look at it, you get inspired by it?
None. Bro, I want more. I'm itching for more.
We gotta get a Koenigsegg or some shit.
She knows. Like, she tells me all the time, babe, why do you need more cars? And it's true. I only drive 2 minutes away to the gym. A lot of the time, I get driven in my Maybach to work. Like, I barely drive. Yeah. But for those 2 minutes to the gym, it brings me so much adrenaline. I don't know. And I like looking at it. Like, I just like knowing this is mine.
It's like you're like a collector.
I'm a collector. I'm becoming a car collector slowly, yeah.
Wow. Is there any type of like, would you ever drive any type of like old school? Like,
I'm not a vintage car guy. I'm not a vintage watch guy. I like hype stuff, and we sell hype stuff actually. Like, everything in here is what everyone wants and can get.
Yeah.
I could show you guys like a box or two for the pod real quick if you want.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's fucking do it. I like this. This is the watch episode. You know what I'm saying?
I'll pull out 3, bro.
Banner.
Crazy. Wow. Here, hold up. Let me.
I'll get some B-roll.
Yeah. Alright, so first things first.
So this is are we still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 3 boxes. We have about 20. So you anything y'all need, we got it.
Dude, this is crazy. Oh, dude, Rainbow Daytona.
Insane.
Rainbow
Absolutely
Daytona.
insane. The skeletons are insane.
Oh my goodness gracious. Let me see which one.
Yeah, so I mean, right here we're talking like 8 digits, just in these 3 boxes.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you feel about the watches like the Jacob & Co. watches?
I think
Like
they're
the big, like the.
I love them.
What's it called? The astronomy.
Astronomia.
Astronomia.
You always got me fucking up
Yeah.
my words, bro.
Yeah.
Astronomia, yeah. They're beautiful, bro. I think they're some of the nicest watches out there, but they don't hold value like these do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. If you have fuck you money and you just love it, buy it. That's how it goes with Jacob. Like these, you're looking at like on average plus or minus 10%. Any of these.
Yeah.
When you trade them in.
Wow. That's fucking so cool. What's the coolest watch you have right now?
The coolest watch we currently have would be this. I mean, I'm talking most expensive.
Watch it.
Yeah, so this is one of 30 in the world. It's an RM Skull Tourbillon, and it is currently going for 1.45 million.
1.45 million. And how
These
much?
were actually
how
2
much am I
million.
looking at right now?
Over 10 mil. I don't know the exact number.
It's 8 figures. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, the Rainbow Daytona is crazy.
All right, well, I mean, I don't really got much more to say on this podcast other than fucking thank you for coming on, man.
thank you
I really
guys for
appreciate it. Yeah,
Appreciate it.
I think it was dope.
Have a banger weekend.
Fucking go.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Hey. 4 months, I'm coming back.